Hey guys, this is number 4 of what they should have told you in bariatric nutrition with Nirvana. So, it's kind of quiet around here. I just did an update video and I figured while I had a few minutes, I would go ahead and, toss this out as well. I've had a couple people ask me questions. Feel free to ask me anything you like. We will talk about vitamins, just not in this one. I'll make an entire new video for that. I will talk about caffeine in this one, and I'll talk about getting ready for surgery and should you or should you not be frightened and scared. So let's talk about caffeine first. So caffeine is an interesting animal. So as you know, caffeine can be a stomach irritant, and it does raise your blood pressure. It makes your blood vessels go around and around more. It can give you a headache. Um, it's also an addictive substance. People become very, very addicted to it. Typically in bariatric patients, we have a tendency to use it for more energy, because it's easier to get down than water. Um, you know, there's a lot of stigma that goes around with having caffeine after you've had this kind of surgery because, we do have a small pouch and, there's a lot of stigma on whether or not it goes with your water or, does it not count against your water? Will it dehydrate you? So here's what I know and what I've talked about in my nutrition class and what I feel is my opinion. You can disagree with my opinion. I don't care. But I can tell you what's been working for me for 17 months. And yeah. So as far as coffee goes, I love coffee. I have been drinking coffee since a week after my surgery. Um, I love I love it. I have a hard time drinking just plain water. Even with the drops in it, I still have a hard time drinking water. I do drink some tea, but most of the time, I just like coffee. I like it. I put my sugar-free, non-dairy creamer in it and Splenda, and a lot of times I'll put just a teaspoon of sugar to kind of cut through the bitterness or the funky aftertaste of Splenda. So a lot of times I'll just put like a teaspoon of sugar into it just to kind of cut through that. So will coffee dehydrate you? If you look on the Mayo Clinic, they actually have a section where you can look to see. It would take in a ridiculous amount of coffee, like espresso. You would have to drink espresso after espresso after espresso. The amount of caffeine you would have to drink to dehydrate you it's ridiculous. So, yes, lots of people are like, oh, don't drink, any caffeine because it dehydrates you. What dehydrates you is drinking soda, and there is no, you know, there's nothing good in that. There's nothing good in soda. It does not count towards water. Coffee does count towards water. Now, if you're adding a crap ton of sugar to it and liquid creamer and cream and stuff like that, you're going once again to those calories, those empty calories that are not going to help you towards your goal. But, you know, I do my best to drink at least 2 or 3 bottles of water, and then I drink coffee throughout the day. And then I also have my espresso protein click shake through the day. So I normally have 2 or 3 of my 16-ounce coffee mugs. The Contigo coffee mug that I mentioned, you see it in lots of my videos. 2 or 3, bottles of regular water, and then I usually have 1 protein shake per day. So I'm getting quite a bit of water in. It does not aggravate my stomach. It doesn't mean it wouldn't aggravate your stomach. A lot of the times the caffeine, because it is a stimulant, will help you go to the bathroom in the mornings. It's also because it's warm. Coffee is warm, and it kind of helps, get stuff moving to stimulate your bowels as well. So coffee, I'm for it, not against it. Like I said, you would have to drink a ridiculous amount of the actual caffeine. Like, have to drink lots of espresso for it to even really matter. Now, having said that, if you are trying to see what the time is, if you are fresh out of surgery, I would not drink it on a brand new stomach. I would not do that. Like I said, your stomach is still healing. I wouldn't. They do have decaf. you know. You could do decaf, make it really weak. You know, if you just can't stand not having some kind of coffee, I would do it real, real weak. But I would wait. That's what I would do. But you know, your surgeon and your nutritionist and stuff will give you guidelines for you to follow. I suggest you do so. Um, you know, it's just that's how I feel about it. So I hope that helps you guys out with that. The myth that, you know, caffeine and coffee is going to dehydrate you, and as long as you're still drinking water of some sort, and one of my dogs is having a nightmare. As long as you're still drinking water of some sort, and my husband is now having a nightmare. Drinking water and, you know, having your protein shake, a big adorable. You're adorable. It's not going to be a problem. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was, I know a few ladies who are just about to have their gastric bypass, or they're having the sleeve and stuff like that, and have asked me, are you nervous? Were you nervous before your surgery? Yes, I was. I was scared. You know, I was really, really heavy. I was 464 pounds, and you know, a lot of the times, if the problem with looking on forums, and the problem with looking at some videos and stuff like that, is that you psych yourself out. You know, you see people who have all these complications, and all these people are freaking out. You know, I wish I would have never had the surgery. So, you know, educating yourself is great, but right before you're about to have surgery, asking people, you know, in a forum setting, or looking up complication videos, is not going to help you, because everyone is different. Just because I had strictures doesn't mean you're going to have a stricture. Just because I had to have my gallbladder taken out doesn't mean your gallbladder is going to be taken out. You know.
Just because one person has a horror story doesn't mean you're going to have a horror story.
Yeah, just because one person had a horror story does not mean you are going to have a horror story. It is very, 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 very important.
You had a bad experience on one point, but now it's better. Now
Yeah.
your life is infinitely better.
Yeah, Matthew even said, you know, I had problems in the beginning, and it was really rough, and I couldn't eat and I couldn't drink, but
It was miserable.
I was miserable for a few months. But you know what? I'm so much happier. You know, sometimes the clouds are gray, and that's just the truth. Sometimes, you know, not everything is bright and shiny, but not everybody has that experience. And just because you do have a little bump in the road doesn't mean that the road behind it isn't still smooth. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean that whatever you're going to accomplish afterwards isn't worth it, because it is worth it. It is. It is completely worth it. And I think that, you know, if you choose to have some kind of bariatric surgery, you know, it is important for you to be ready. Excuse me. It's really important for you to be ready, and you need to be honest with yourself. Is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to go through? Am I willing to, you know, overcome anything that comes my way? Because these are not easy surgeries. These are life-changing and altering procedures. So I was nervous, and, you know, I was determined. This is what I needed to do. That I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be healthier. I wanted a new life, and that's what I got. And I know plenty of people who have had surgery or having surgery, you know, that have learned the same lessons as me. So I hope that helps some of you guys out with the being nervous, because it's everybody should be nervous. You should be. You're having a big life change. You should definitely be nervous, but you should be happy, because this is going to be the new day of your brand new life. So you're getting a second chance. Okay, you guys, I hope this helps you out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.